So I've just come across an extra 20 minutes that I didn't think I was going to have. So I figured what I should probably do is jump on here, jump on YouTube Live right now today, seeing as I've got some extra time, go through a couple of things with you. So basically what I'm doing is I'm down at the hospital, I've got to have an MRI, nothing serious, don't stress. But I do have to drink this Goop. The stuff is disgusting. It's actually not that bad. The mouthfeel is disgusting. The flavour tastes like artificial, horrible, I don't know what it is. But I got 3 of these bottles to drink. 3 of these bad boys to drink in the next 40 minutes or something, I think. Horrible stuff. Anyway, while I'm doing so, you're going to have to sit here and watch me sip away on this stuff. I wanted to go through something. A guy called Zach messaged me a wee while ago, and he was making a UJ SSM, and his yeast stalled out, stopped doing its thing. So I figured it was a good idea to have a talk about things that can go wrong in a fermentation and ways that you can troubleshoot it and keep going. How's it going, mate? Good to see you, Reese. I'm going to whip through this one pretty quick today because I've got to go back in and pick up another one of these bad boys in 10 minutes or something. Sorry for not letting you guys know that I was going to be doing this either. It was an opportunity live stream, not a planned one. What's up? How's it going, bro? Good to see you, Raymond. Alright, team, so here we go. So basically what happened is Zach found his wash sort of not really doing anything. And we wanted to go through a couple of things that can help you work this out. So number one, the most important, I believe, is to take gravity readings, whether that's with a refractometer, whether it is with a hydrometer. It doesn't matter either way, but make sure you're taking gravity readings for 2 reasons. One is you're never going to know what ABV your wash is at if you don't take a gravity reading at the beginning. And 2, it really is the only way to tell if your yeast are actually doing something or not. Sort of visual visual cues like whether or not it's bubbling, whether or not you've got a kreuzen, that's the cap that comes up on top. Those are good, they give you some indication, but sometimes they just don't happen. That happens differently every time, and fermentation is one of those things that doesn't necessarily do what you're expecting it to. What up, my man? Good to see you, dude. I'm sorry I didn't let you know that this one was happening today. I've jumped on an opportunity that I've got some extra time, so yeah. Anyway, so take readings, guys. So take a reading at the beginning before you pitch your yeast, and if you think something's funny is happening, make sure that you take a reading before assuming anything, because it may be that the yeast is still doing its thing and you're just not getting a whole lot of bubbles or whatever. It's not a big deal. So essentially what I'm saying is you can't really troubleshoot a problem with your fermentation if you don't know what the problem is, and the only way to really know what the problem is, or if there even is a problem, is to take gravity readings. Okay, so let's assume that you're doing that and you started at, I don't know, whatever, 1070. How's it going, guys? Good to see you. If you're just joining, I got to drink this crap before I go and have an MRI. Don't stress, there's nothing no big problem, but yeah, I do have to drink this shit, and I've got like 3 liters of it to drink, so I figured you guys can join me. So let's assume that you have taken readings, something is going wrong, you started at whatever, 1075, doesn't matter, but you've only made it down to 1030, and it's been sitting there for a week and nothing's happening. So it's pretty obvious that your yeast are not consuming those sugars. Let's try and figure out what the problem is, right? Okay, so number one, have yeast eaten any sugar yet? So have you dropped from 1070, let's just say that's the hypothetical starting point. You started at 1070 and it's 2 weeks later and you're still at 1070, chances are the yeast haven't done a damn thing. So, hey, still in Canada, and Mart, good to see you guys. Yes, good point, dude, I'll get to that in a second. So if the yeast haven't done anything, chances are that there was something wrong from the beginning. So there's a few things that could have happened here. One is maybe you didn't have viable yeast to start with. If you didn't do a starter, you probably wouldn't have been able to see that, so you wouldn't have been able to check it. 2, maybe you did something that the yeast didn't like, there's someone giving me weird looks over there. He's making phone calls. 2 is maybe you pitched your yeast into wort that was a little bit hot and cooked it. 3, maybe you put it into a environment other than temperature that it didn't like as well. So maybe the sugar was way too high, maybe the pH was way off, and you've just given them a hard time from the get-go. So if you've had no activity whatsoever, check all of those things. And the things that yeast really care about is the amount of sugar, the temperature, the pH, and nutrients as well, but nutrients won't stop them from doing anything. So if any of those things are wrong, chances are you should be able to, if yeast won't grow, nothing else is going to grow in there either. So you should be able to fix the problem, either dilute it, warm it up, cool it down, whatever you need to do, and then just repitch more yeast. Not too much of a problem. So second, if you did start at 1070, once again hypothetically, and you got down to a lower number, what up SoCal, good to see you dude. Say that was, 1020 we said before, right? So now you know that the yeast were doing something, and for whatever reason they've stalled out. So this is once again the importance of taking those readings, right? You're giving information that you wouldn't have had normally. So something's happened along the line. It could just be that your yeast wasn't that viable and it's just given up the ghost. Sometimes that happens. It's not that likely and it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen sometimes, and sometimes the yeast just goes to sleep for no apparent reason. Things you can do in this situation is give the fermenter a gentle shake just to stir the yeast up again. When the yeast becomes dormant, it'll flocculate and all fall down to the bottom. So get it back up into solution. Don't stir it, hard. You don't want to oxidize it, but give it a little gentle stir, get it back into solution, or a little gentle shake is probably better, and then try and go after what could be the problem. How's it going, guys? I'm going to rip through this quick because I've only got another couple of minutes left. So you could try warming it up a little bit if you think it's a little bit too cold. You could try trying to adjust the pH a little bit if you think that's the problem. And I saw someone, sorry I've forgotten who it was, say you could try pitching a different type of yeast as well. So you definitely could do that at the same time too. So at the end of the day, guys, if you've got fermentable sugar in solution at a decent temperature, I won't say you're guaranteed, but it's going to be pretty hard to not ferment that stuff. So keep on keeping on, and because it's distilling, you do have a little more wiggle room than you would with beer. You're not like locked into the exact flavors that you get from fermentation. And I also just want to say too, brewing and distilling are one of these hobbies where people tends to always assume that they've screwed up. I don't know why. I think it has a huge part to do with fermentation, because it is such a magical process, right? It's something that's so out of our control. Best laid plans just don't happen because yeast decide to do something else or do something different. So it is one of those things that's kind of out of our control, but at the same time, it really is very, very hard to totally screw it up. So if you're new, try not to assume that you've totally screwed up. Don't ever throw anything out until you know that you've really screwed up. And try not to freak out, guys. Ask for advice, jump on forums, ask a question down below in the comments, whatever. But don't be too hard on yourself, eh? Really don't. All right, guys, I've got to pour myself another drink, but I've got about 2 minutes to hang out, so I'll get back to watching some of these comments as well, and then I'm going to have to head in and get my thing done. Oh, what have I done? Whoa. Blind squirrel. When I did an average wash, it took forever to get going, even using rum yeast packed with nutrients. I thought for sure I'd killed the yeast or had a batch, and then one day it just finally took off. Yeah, dude, it happens. It really does. Sometimes it just does that. Remember too that if you guys are new to this, you've got a lead time when you pitch a yeast. So basically you put the yeast into the solution, and the yeast are going to put all of the energy into multiplying to kind of get to a relative density or relative number, colony number, based on the gravity of the sugar normally, as I understand it. So you might see anywhere from 1 to 3 days when there's no fermentation happening, but those yeast are actually going bonkers. Bonkers. It's a giant yeast orgy, basically. So let them have their orgy, and then after that's finished, then they'll start munching the sugar. Oh yes, Mart mentioned wild yeast. You can use wild yeast for sure. And Eric is asking how you get wild yeast. Well, there's a bunch of different ways, dude. Like some are as simple as like cut an orange in half and throw it in your hold on, let me open this up. Getting behind my schedule here. Yeah, you can like literally like cut up fruit, throw that in. You can do like probably the easiest way is to make up basically like a little mini wash or mash. Not a mash, that's the wrong word. Make up a mini wash of what you want to ferment, and then just leave it out on the counter for a couple of days. You do want to be checking that, because there are a bunch of things that'll get in there and basically just make CO2 and water. You don't want that, so you want to make sure that you've actually caught something that is basically a Saccharomyces yeast that will create alcohol as well. All dogs got wild yeast from a kiwi. I don't know what a kiwi is, dude. Yeah, using Daddy. Yeah, that's cool then. That works as well. Anyway, I'm getting funny looks from inside, so I'll do a couple more and then I'm going to have to bounce, guys.
You run it, right?
I didn't run away, sorry. I came out here to be rude. Here, look. Here you go, team. I've got another delivery. Yay! Thank you.
Excellent. You have about 10 minutes left for that.
Okay, cool. I figured I was trying to go on time.
So I just had to give you that.
Awesome. Thank you. Is that the last one?
Last one.
Last one. Okay, bottoms up. Thank you. Oh, hey, dude. I've got an MRI I've got to go have, and I got to drink this shit before I do it. Which is why I'm, yeah, no, I don't want to chug this stuff too. Look how thick it is. It's like glucose syrup or something, I don't know. Hilarious. Where were we? I don't remember. Anyway, guys. No, dude, it's nasty. It tastes like, remember that real old school orange flavored cough syrup? Kind of tastes like that. Yeah, everything's sweet, dude. Yeah. I got diagnosed with Crohn's a little while ago. It's pretty chill. I don't think I've got it that bad, but I've just got to go and do a checkup to make sure that everything's sweet. So yeah, no problems. Yeah, I'm outside. It's actually really nice today. It's like 20 degrees, pretty chill. Yeah, whoa, we're up to 47 people live. That is a record for me, guys. That's awesome. Thanks for joining me. And sorry I didn't let you know this was going to happen. I didn't know I was going to have this much time. So yeah. Also, I have to say, guys, still it just hit 5K subs. 5,000 people subscribed to the channel, which is amazing. Honestly, when I first started the channel, I set myself a goal of hitting 500 people in the first year. So we blew that out of the water. And that's pretty much all thanks to you guys. So yeah, huge thanks for that, team. That's absolutely awesome. Yeah, I honestly don't know what to say about that. I'm blown out of the water. Pretty humbled by it, to be honest. Hey, dude, I'm totally legal. This stuff's almost growing on me. Almost. Hey, guys, so Raymond, who's commenting here, he's one of my buddies that I met over on the Whiskey Vault. So say how's it to Raymond. But anyway, I'm going to be doing a probably maybe a live, maybe a recorded interview with him soon. He's a pretty interesting character, so you guys want to watch out for that one. That'll be coming sometime in the next, I don't know. Let's face it, I'm slacking. I've got to get some stuff sorted. So yeah, maybe the next month. Yes, the whiskey mariachi. Exactly. Oh, I see there's a few people in here that understand. The plan was actually to have Raymond on, not the mariachi. But I think we need to maybe have an appearance. What do you reckon, guys? Anyway, I really got to bounce, guys. So anyone have anything, any questions or comments before I go? I got about a minute. Progress of the twins. Yeah, poor old wifey's doing it pretty rough right now. She is 11 weeks left to go, and she's already bigger than she was at full term with our first. Yeah, so she's having a bit of a rough time right now, but she's doing it really well. She's an absolute freaking champ. You can't escape the mariachi. I don't think any of us can, bro. We're all stuck with them now, mate, but we love it. I know, sorry guys, for those of you that don't get it, I know that's a bit of a pain in the ass inside joke if you don't understand. But jump over onto the Whiskey Vault Facebook page and you'll see. Double babies, double the fun. Yeah, dude, it's about pretty much the long and short of that one. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to bounce, so thanks for hanging. It was pretty funny doing this out in public, actually. People walking past giving me very strange looks. So weird. I feel like an idiot. Alright guys, peace. Love ya. Thanks team, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.